Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Chi-Town Sports Podcast. I'm joined with Ben, per usual, and today we'll be talking about a bunch of different things: SEC football, college football, and the whole NFL injuries, the Cubs playoffs, and what these next 7 games mean for the Cubs, and then of course the NBA playoffs, and maybe a little bit of NHL. But we know you viewers don't really care much for the NHL. We will see though. Sorry, my overhead light is off. So yeah, everything kind of looks bad, and I don't know. I'm wearing like a dark shirt, like an oversized dark shirt, so I'm not making myself very presentable, but you don't really care, and you only just see Ben's face, so it doesn't really matter for Ben. Even though Ben's in a new location for maybe this episode or the next. Oh, Michigan, boo! Boo! All right, let's get it started. SEC football, college football, of course, week 2 finished up on Saturday. Ben, Michigan played a good game. I liked what Milton was doing out there. Ben?
Oh, he's making the joke again. It's still not that funny. Michigan will play.
You got 33 days, bud. 33 days.
And then there will be a season.
Maybe 32 or 34, but yeah. There'll be a season, but it'll be late. Do you actually see what the Big Ten did in Nebraska since the Nebraska was like saying they're going to pull out? They gave them the toughest schedule by far. It was hilarious. They literally put them against every single hard team, except the only Michigan's like a lower tier league team, so they didn't have to play them because they won. Michigan isn't good this year, man. I sent you that meme from College Game, and Michigan fans like, oh, we have to play this year when Michigan is a good team, but this year Michigan is awful. They probably wouldn't even make a bowl game. I'm not even lying. I don't see them.
They're ranked in the preseason rankings. They're a solid 15 through 20, depending on where you look. Obviously, it's a weak year, but I think Michigan's
15 through 20. They're not. If I were to make the top 25, I didn't have them ranked. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but I've seen everyone else who's made the top 25. They've been.
I didn't have them honorable mention. They weren't even like, you know what? Some people have them and some people don't. I'm just like, I mean, of course it was me making it. I'm biased, but like, I had the likes of. Actually, you know what? We could go back and look at ours. That would be interesting. Where we are now. I think you did. No. It was just me that made. Do you remember? So like, I had too much. I wrote down summer school. I have it. I probably do.
Yeah, I wrote down like 10.
Here we go. College football top 25 predictions. Yeah, here we go. All right, you know what? We're gonna screen share this. It's actually kind of random, but here we go. Do you see the screen? I want to go full screen because some people don't have very good eyes. All right, Ben, you see it? I know you have eye problems.
Yeah.
Ohio State at 1, Clemson at 2. I'd probably change that, but Bama at 3, I still agree with. Florida at 4, I still agree with. Oklahoma State, I do not agree with them being 5. Notre Dame, I agree. Penn State, disagree. If Micah Parsons comes back, then I'd probably agree. Oregon, definitely don't agree. Oklahoma, agree. Georgia, wait. Jamie Newman, no longer a part of Georgia, so that definitely changes. Tennessee, But this is with the old schedule stuff. Because 12 games. North Carolina. No Michigan. Louisville. No one knew about Louisville. I usually go to one Notre Dame every year with my dad. And this year, I said, you know what? One year I went to like the USC, the Navy. Like I want to go to those games, but I'm like, you know what, Dad? Let's go to the Louisville game. Louisville's going to be a good team. And you can get those tickets.
They just lost to Miami.
They're still a good team. They put up a lot of points.
Record, though.
Ben, they're not playing 12 games anymore.
I know, but I would have had them like.
Actually, they're playing 11.
Iowa State.
Yeah, that's.
Iowa State lost.
Texas A, weird symbol F. Arizona State probably not gonna play. Like I don't know, it was decent. Stop screen sharing here.
Yeah,
You guys can see.
and not terrible.
Not awful.
I mean,
let's move on. Yeah, let's move on. SEC football. I was very sad when I heard the College Game Day would not be traveling down south. Actually, well, they are traveling down south, but to FSU Miami. I don't care to see Miami rail FSU. I want to see Kentucky Auburn. I want to see Bo Nix versus Kentucky with all their guys. This Kentucky rebound. They're ranked top 25 right now. I wanted to see that, but Game Day said nope. You don't get your wish. But it is a noon CBS game, so I think that might have something to do with it. Mac
this
Jones
is the
also
best conference.
It is. SEC is the best conference, and you know what they're led by, Ben? I'm not a conservative, but conservatives. I just want to get Ben mad. Ben is a liberal.
Comment.
For those of you who don't know, I don't know if Ben wanted to share his political views on here.
A little bit of an odd comment.
I'm sorry, Ben. 11 a.m. SEC Network. It's not even a CBS game. Really? Kentucky Auburn, 2 top 25 teams. The second top 25 team match for the year. It's on SEC Network.
Kentucky shouldn't be a top 25 team.
They shouldn't, but they are. Louisville, Pitt. That's actually not a bad game at 11. I'll be, of course, watching the Notre Dame Wake game. Any other good games of the day?
Notre Dame's schedule is such a.
Oh, never mind. They're going to Miami. They're going to Hard Rock. They're not going to Florida State. And yeah. Also, I want to hear Ben, Mike Norvell, Florida State coach, tested positive for COVID on Saturday, but he sees every single player. Like, he's giving high fives. He's hyping people up. He's giving them play. He sees every single player. So does that mean just the whole team quarantines? Or does Florida State just be like, you know what?
I mean,
he's the head coach, but he only sees one person.
I don't know how they're not going to quarantine. And if they're there, that just seems like a terrible idea. But I guess he was wearing a mask, or supposedly. I don't think it's a good idea for them to play this week.
I don't as well, and they're gonna lose anyways. So the group chat is bumping with Pokemon
Florida State's hasn't been good for a while.
They have not been good for a while. That is true. Cubs. Actually, let's go to NFL. Stick on football. It might have been the most injury-riddled week of all time. I actually saw this coming. There will be a lot of injuries on the fact there's no preseason and limited training camp, so these guys are not used to whatever, banging their bodies up and playing 100%. This is weird. So I expected this, and I think this will continue. I would not expect that there's another Hall of Famer or projected Hall of Famer getting the season-ending injury. A bunch of those big guys. Pro Bowlers, at least.
I was reading. There was an ESPN thing that was just ranking the injuries in terms of impact. And you'd think Saquon would be number one. Almost any other week he'd be number one. But you got Nick Bosa with the torn ACL. For San Francisco, that's brutal, and that's a top-tier team.
He's the best player. He's the best player by a lot.
They also lost Solomon Thomas, former number 3 overall pick, 2017, and they're going to struggle without – also, they don't know if he's out for the year, but it's a longer-term injury. And Jimmy Garoppolo goes down for a few weeks, possibly. Raheem Mostert with a sprained MCL. San Francisco just got beaten, but they're 2-0. No, wait. They're 1-1, right?
Ben, I was looking. I don't like when quarterbacks get injured one bit. I hate it. I think it really screws up the dynamic of the team. But I love seeing the free agent, like undrafted guys. I love seeing those dudes competing.
Nick Mullins?
No, Nick Mullins sucks. He should not be on the team. He played one good Thursday night game 2 years ago, and for that he's still on a roster. He's like
Is CJ Beathard on their roster as well?
Yes, he is.
He's
from Iowa. You're right. He's not terrible. Either that or they go practice squad hunting or free agent diving. They find it. I love when that happens. I love the Redskins from like Johnson.
JJ.
JJ.
It was JJ.
Yeah. He's like some 30-year-old dude and he put on a clinic for like 3 quarters. I don't even. But I just
He was
love when
from
they
the
find.
AAF, the
Yes,
American Alliance of Football.
I just love when they find random guys, and that always gets me pumped up.
Hey, Eddie Bridgewater gets hurt. Maybe we could see some PJ Walker action.
Exactly, I'm a big PJ Walker guy. All right, injuries. Let's move on to those. Hey, Shea Patterson, he's available. They could go after him. Just kidding. I'd rather JT Barrett or Kyle Slaughter or something. But injuries we just talked about. Cortland
Let's
Sutton.
talk about the games.
C-Mac, Saquon. All right, let's talk about games, Ben. You be the host now. Lead us. What are we talking about?
I'll be the host. I mean, I think we got to start at the top in the most. There were 2 insane games this weekend. 2 insane games, and I'd start with the Falcons-Cowboys game. The Falcons had 39 points and no turnovers. Teams in that situation had won all 440 of the previous games. Falcons were the first to blow it because
Anthony
of
Barr out for the season. Breaking news.
Jeez.
Minnesota has been awful this year, and that's just
wow. But going back to Cowboys, Falcons, we'll talk about Anthony Barr in a minute because that'll be another game possibly to discuss. But the Falcons had the worst special teams I've seen recovering that onside kick. I don't know if Brad's seen.
Comment from. Can you read that?
I can't see it.
I don't know what it says. Hello, in your opinion, which is the best football player in the world? Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Neymar, Mbappe, Roberts, Lewandowski, or Zlatan Ibrahimovic? I'm going to go with Pele.
Definitely Messi. Oh, of all time, Pele.
No, he didn't say that. I'm probably going to say
now.
Mbappe. There you go.
That's an odd question. Oh, bro, that's in Hebrew. Go back.
What does it say, man?
That's Hebrew. Daniel Shamalov, something like that.
Ben. Thank you. Daniel
That's strange.
That is strange.
Shamalov, I don't know.
Appreciate the comment. All right. Take us through these games, Ben. We have one game tonight, too.
So, obviously, I asked you, had you seen that onside kick recovery by the Falcons when it was 39-37?
They just sat there. They didn't want to go after the ball.
It was one of those sports plays that makes you scratch your head a little bit. Also, the Sunday Night Football game between the Patriots and Seahawks was really good. Both quarterbacks played like they were 25. Those guys both look really good for their age. And then we can talk about like the Bears. I mean, I'm not happy with the Bears.
Great first half. Great first half.
We're 2-0, but we could easily be 0-2 against 2 rough teams.
I like how David Montgomery played. I like how Mitch Trubisky played in the first half, but 2 picks and like 30-some yards in the second half, 40-some yards in the second half.
Woo! He needs to improve. The Bears will not make the playoffs if he doesn't play better than he has in the past 2 games, I think.
Bobby Massey literally saved us.
Yeah. We were driving listening. Well, because Santos is not a good kicker. But if we get Eddie De Niro back, I'll feel a little more confident, even though he's not that good either.
Yeah, what's it called? If Kyra wanted to save his job, he needed to hit that kick. I'm not even going to lie. All right. The Buffalo game is great. Josh Allen, I love you with my whole heart and soul. Pittsburgh game was pretty good. Noah Fant came up clutch at the end. Tennessee-Jacksonville was a battle of the bums. Even though Tennessee
in fantasy, not an actual game.
Yeah. Rams put on a clinic. The Eagles, they're probably just going to end up firing everyone shortly here. Green Bay pummeled Detroit. It was kind of close early, though. Tom Brady played okay. Not great fantasy-wise, but let them. Cardinals, Vincent Murray put on a clinic. Terry McLaurin played decent, though. I have him on my team. Baltimore, defensively, how Houston got 16 points even surprises me. Defensively, they were so good. Kansas City came all the way back. That was probably top 3 game of this week. It was probably like Seahawks.
Baltimore and Kansas City next week will be so entertaining.
It will be. Monday Night Football, right? That's going to be sick.
That'll be a big.
D90 is school off, too. So Greg and Ethan are like, we're watching the game. But Rachel's like, social distancing, of course. Which, yes, social distancing.
And
ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk Cubs, Ben.
Doing well. That's all.
The NFL is thriving. I think their numbers are probably the best they've done in a while. Cubs playoffs. Wow. Of course the Cubs lose. and don't look good at all, and the season's coming to a close. We've lost, our last two? I'm pulling
Two
it
in a
up
row. Haven't scored a run in either loss.
Yeah.
That's
Pitching's
terrible.
been all right, except for yesterday, 0-2.
Oh no, we scored 1 run yesterday. The Cubs scored 2 runs in the whole series. That's not going to get it done.
No, we lost. Yeah, 2 straight. Yeah. Pirates. If we want to keep our second spot, we're going to need to sweep the Pirates because I don't see us winning the game.
I'm going to talk really quick here about the playoff thing, like the playoff situation right now. The Reds are in the 6th seed, and they scare me out of all the teams that are in that bottom area. The Reds scare me. You want me to tell you why?
Way more.
It's a 3-game series. The Reds have Trevor Bauer, who's probably going to win the Cy Young, as their one pitcher. If he throws his stuff, we're not hitting him. He's shut out the Cubs before. Their second pitcher, they could either toss out Sonny Gray, who was an all-star last year, one of the top pitchers in the league, or Luis Castillo, who has some of the nastiest stuff in baseball. And they have 3 really dynamic pitchers. It's a 3-game series. They could get hot. The pitchers could thrive. Joey Votto hits a dinger. Cubs lose that series. I'm concerned about that pitching staff, and I don't want to face the Reds. I want to be the 2 seed.
We got to keep our 2 seed, and we got to get the Reds up to 6.
Yeah.
Then we play the Phillies with bad pitching but good hitting. All right. I think the Cubs are going to win at least 3 of these games against the Pirates. The Pirates have nothing to play for. They're out of contention. I'm 99% sure.
They're by 100.
Nationals also nowhere close to contention. Just want to point that out.
That's shocking.
But the White Sox, that's a great way to end this series. It sucks that the games are on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If that was a Tuesday or a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday series, I'd be watching every single second of those games because there isn't sports and whatnot. Also, the NBA changing up their times. So
I like that.
With football, I like that too. Because I was watching maybe 20 minutes of the game, but if you put that on a Friday night, I'm gonna watch the whole thing. But I'm not gonna watch it when there's Sunday night football on the 4:30 games Eastern.
I might watch the NBA playoffs over football, but it's a close call.
It's a close call, yes. It depends fantasy-wise, and it's a fantasy stake. But yeah, excited for the White Sox series. I know
the White Sox have been insane. Oh my, that team is a World Series contender. I'll say that.
For sure. I was telling Kieran, they get one more starter and another all-star reliever. They're World Series, no doubt. The MLB is very weak right now.
The Dodgers are super strong. The Dodgers are so strong, and then every other team is fairly weak.
Padres second best team by 4 games, but of course they're gonna get the 4 seed. That sucks.
I mean, the Cubs' run differential is so bad if you look at it compared to every other top team. The Cubs just lack because they win in close games, they lose in blowouts.
It's a bad 2 seed. NBA playoffs, Ben. Let's talk about it. Nuggets, Lakers. I was watching the game last night. PJ Dozier missed some big 2 free throws, and then out of nowhere, the Joker just put on a clinic for 3.5 minutes. Carried him all the way back. Had the lead. 20 seconds. LeBron at the point.
I think everyone knew it was going to happen, though.
Kicks out to Rondo. Gets his shot blocked. Or the ball is tipped to Rondo. Shot blocked, and then it went out of bounds. 2.1 seconds. Anthony Davis, a few minutes earlier, hit a big corner 3. Right to Anthony Davis. 3-pointer. Bang. Lakers win series 2-0. Lakers are winning the series now. The Nuggets needed that. The Nuggets 2-0. You can always say 2-0 is 3-1, 3-2, 3-3, whatever. But getting a more than 1 game separation is really, really big. But the Nuggets don't count them out.
The Nuggets have done it twice.
The Nuggets have done it twice. You cannot count them out.
You can't count them out.
Was it 3-1 against the Jazz?
It was 3-1 against the Jazz and 3-1 against the Clippers.
If they do this is breaking every single
This is a team that is destined for the finals, but I don't think they can do it. But I have one thing to say about that last play. I wasn't watching most of this game because our family loves the Patriots. They're all from Boston. They're in right now, so we were watching that game. But we flipped to the NBA game with a minute left, and I watched the Jokic-Davis battle. At the end, I don't know what Michael Malone was thinking. He subbed in Mason Plumlee for defense, I guess, for his length. Put him on Anthony Davis. There's a huge speed mismatch. Davis runs him right into a screen.
Oh
And
my
Plumlee,
goodness.
another
Dylan,
thing happened.
Dylan Gabriel saying, "You saw what happened last week. We're the best team in Florida." Dylan Gabriel. You don't. I'm sorry, that was random. That's not like breaking news, but you don't know. I want to see Florida UCF so bad. This is kind of random, and I'm a Florida guy, but U of F all the way. But I want to see that. All right, keep going. Sorry for interrupting.
Oh, all right. So anyway, Mason Plumlee. I think Brad and I agreed on this. A little questionable for him to be in the game right there. He ran into the screen, didn't even attempt to get around it, and then kind of just sat there and kind of watched as Jokic tried to deflect Anthony Davis's shot, but Anthony Davis got a clean look, and I think everyone knew that was going in as soon as she took it.
Yeah.
So that was it in 2-0. I don't know if the Nuggets have it in them.
Me neither. The Bucks. I mean, not the Bucks. What am I saying?
The Heat Clips or the Celtics.
Heat Celtics. That series is 2-1. They will play again on Wednesday the 23rd. But after that, thank you guys for watching another great episode. Yeah, we'll be back shortly. I'll probably upload some big news for Notre Dame recruiting. Our top corner is most likely going to decommit here in the next few hours or days. Took all ND off his social media. Ben's probably excited to hear that. Michigan is not in the running. It's between USC, Washington, UTEC, and maybe a recommitment to the Irish. It was kind of a surprise commitment back in April. It might have been May. I think it was May, actually. He committed without ever taking a visit to Notre Dame. And he's not from Indiana. He's from Washington State, and then he moved to Florida. But I guess something happened. People are saying it might be USC. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on that. Ben doesn't really care for that, though. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.
I'm going to be tuning into the finals, or Eastern Conference Finals tonight, I think.
I will as well.
Tune into.
Either that.
But
no, the Eastern Conference Finals are not tonight, Ben. They're Wednesday. What did I just
not
say?
Tonight.
Tonight is Monday Night Football. No. All right.
Hold up. That sucks.
We'll see you guys in the next episode. Ben, it does suck. Peace.